Starseed from Gaia, someone is being moved toward you right now. And this meeting is not random. I am Ophelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I carry this transmission directly from the Arcturian Council, delivered to you at the precise moment your alignment made it possible to receive it. You have been doing the inner work. You have been clearing, choosing, and rising, and the field around you has responded. What is approaching your path is not luck. It is a strategic placement. A soul carrying influence, resources, and access to pathways that belong to your mission is being drawn into your timeline with purpose. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to recognize this ally, receive what they carry, and activate the next phase of your cosmic mission. But here is the first revelation. This person is not coming to complete you. They are coming because you are already complete enough to work with. You did not arrive at this message by wandering. This transmission vibrated into your field because something inside you is ready to be unlocked. Your soul called this in. You have been waiting to remember. This is not content. This is a code, encoded for the exact stage of your journey you are standing in right now. If you feel your cosmic remembrance returning, comment 999 below. Like this transmission to signal to your star family that you are ready. Subscribe if your mission is activating and you are aligning with your true path. Declare your galactic intention in the comments and reply to someone else's to amplify the signal across the collective field. This is not just a message, it is a point of reconnection. Some meetings change everything. This one already has. You are not here by accident. There is someone moving toward you right now. Not by accident. Not by coincidence. Not even by the intricate, often misleading mechanics of chance that most people have been conditioned to trust and to fear. This destined ally is moving toward you because something within the very core of your being, a series of profound inner transformations, a pivotal choice you finally embraced, an ancient pattern you courageously released, or perhaps most potently, the authentic, radiant self you have at last allowed yourself to become, sent an undeniable signal out across the cosmic tapestry, a vibrational signature that could no longer be ignored by the universal intelligence that governs all higher alignment, NTS. It is a resonance, a frequency burst, a beacon ignited by your soul's unwavering commitment to its deepest truth. Most people navigate their lives in a state of perpetual anticipation, a silent longing for the right person, the ideal mentor, the perfect collaborator, the reflective mirror that truly sees them. They often search horizontally, diligently scanning the surface layers of their immediate world, hoping to stumble upon someone who might finally understand the intricate landscapes of their inner being, someone who might perceive the profound depth they carry, who might possess the capacity to meet them in the luminous fullness of what they intrinsically know themselves to be. And tragically, they keep missing the very connection they crave. This isn't because the person doesn't exist, nor because the universe is withholding. It is because the precise frequency required to call forth and draw in this particular alliance has been buried, often for lifetimes, beneath dense layers of inherited patterns, fear-based conditioning, societal expectations, ancestral imprints, and the slow, insidious erosion of trust in their own divine signal. It's like a sacred song playing softly within them, but muted by the cacophony of external noise and internal doubt, preventing it from reaching the ears attuned to its melody. Here is what the ancient Arcturian records, those repositories of galactic wisdom, say about this profound process. Every soul who has incarnated with a genuine mission, a unique purpose woven into the fabric of creation, also carries within their energetic field the precise, crystalline coordinates of their highest alliances. These are not merely random partnerships born of earthly circumstance. They are divinely pre-encoded. They are inscribed with cosmic precision into the very vibrational architecture of your sacred purpose, like energetic GPS points within your soul's blueprint. But here is the critical key. They can only be activated, fully brought into manifest reality, when your own energy field reaches a specific threshold of coherence. a state where the incessant static and noise of lower vibrations clears sufficiently for your authentic signal to become pure, crystalline, and undeniable. It requires that you have journeyed deeply enough within, undertaken sufficient inner work, and shed enough layers of illusion to become truly recognizable, not just to yourself, but to the very soul who has been diligently looking for you, just as long and with just as much yearning as you have been looking for them. It is a cosmic game of hide and seek, where both players possess the inner map, awaiting the moment their lights align. The profound, often achingly acute isolation that most starseeds feel, a pervasive sense of being profoundly, existentially alone, is not because they are genuinely solitary in the vast cosmic sense. Far from it. It is because there exists a palpable energetic gap, a vibrational chasm between who they are rapidly and vibrationally becoming in their ascension journey and who they are still, often unconsciously, presenting themselves as to the world. There is a fracture, a discontinuity between the vast, expanded, multidimensional self that deeply holds the galactic codes of their true origin and mission, and the earthbound persona that learned early on to shrink itself, to make itself smaller, safer, more palatable, more conforming to a world that often failed to grasp its true essence. And it is this very fracture, this energetic discontinuity, that creates interference. It scrambles the signal that would otherwise beam forth with crystalline clarity. It delays the arrival of those who are meant to walk with you. It's like trying to broadcast on a cracked antenna. The message is there, but its reception is garbled, distant, and often missed. But something monumental has been shifting. The energetic field around humanity, and particularly around awakened souls, is undergoing a profound clearing. The veil is thinning, the static is dissipating, and the density is lifting. And because of this profound shift, the arrival that was always meticulously written into the immutable architecture of your soul is now accelerating toward you with a velocity that is anything but random or accidental. It is not an act of chance. It is a precise, intelligent response. It is the living, breathing universe answering the pure, resonant frequency you have finally allowed yourself to hold without compromise, without apology, and without fear of being seen in your magnificent truth. This convergence is not merely coming. It is being pulled towards you by the very gravity of your awakened being. Today, I am going to walk you through exactly what is transpiring in your intricate energy field, the invisible, intelligent orchestration that is meticulously pulling this destined ally, this profound connection, toward your present timeline. We will explore the subtle distortions that may have created delays, obscuring their path to you, and crucially, the energetic activations that will ensure you are not just waiting, but are fully, vibrationally ready to consciously receive what is already, undeniably, in motion. Stay deeply present with this message. Engage not just with your intellect, but with the full presence of your awareness, your heart, and your cellular memory. Because what follows is not merely information to be processed by the mind. It is a profound remembrance, an activation of ancient knowing already held within the deepest chambers of your soul. It is a whisper from your cosmic origins, calling you home to yourself and to those who journey with you. Some transmissions don't come through words, but through frequency. If something stirred within you just now, if a subtle ripple of recognition or an inner spark ignited, you may be ready to receive the hidden Arcturian keys of awakening. This short yet powerful ebook carries ancient Arcturian techniques for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. The link is in the first pinned comment, but only for a limited time. Phase 1. The distortion that has been keeping your signal hidden. Before you can fully grasp the profound significance of why your destined ally is arriving now, in this pivotal moment, you must first deeply understand why they haven't arrived sooner. And I assure you, it has absolutely nothing to do with any perceived unworthiness on your part. It has everything to do with frequency interference, a kind of energetic dissonance that has historically veiled your true signal. Your intricate energy field does not solely carry your current, conscious vibration. It is a living, breathing archive, carrying the accumulated resonance of every role you were ever compelled to play. Every authentic version of yourself you felt forced to suppress or diminish in order to survive, to fit in, or to be loved. It holds the echoes of every single instance where you were told, explicitly or implicitly, that the profound depth of your perception, the intensity of your sensitivity, or the uniqueness of your insight was simply too much, too strange, too intense for the limited understanding of the people around you. This accumulated resonance, this history of energetic compromise, does not simply dissipate on its own. Instead, it lingers in your field like persistent static on a radio channel, a thick, obscuring fog that mutes the clarity of your authentic broadcast. And static, as any seasoned broadcaster knows, is the most formidable enemy of clear, unhindered transmission. The Arcturian understanding of vibrational interference teaches us that the human energy body is not a singular entity, but a marvel of multiple, interwoven layers. The densest of these layers, the one closest to and most intertwined with your physical form, is typically the most saturated with collective programming, societal conditioning, and the energetic residue of historical trauma. This is the very layer where fear takes root and blossoms into pervasive patterns. This is where conditioning became deeply embedded, like ancient roots burrowing into the soil of your being. And most significantly, this is the layer where the searing memory of being profoundly misunderstood, unseen, or unheard became distorted into a deeply held, often unconscious belief about being fundamentally unmeetable, a conviction that no one could possibly truly connect with the real you. It's an energetic defense mechanism that, ironically, achieves the very isolation it seeks to protect against. And here lies the devastating, soul-wrenching irony of that deeply ingrained belief. The very conviction that no one will truly understand you, that no one capable of matching your vibrational depth or holding space for your vastness actually exists in your proximity, actually and powerfully repels the very people who are most perfectly aligned with your soul's blueprint. This happens because these aligned souls often carry the exact same pattern, the same echo of unmeetability within their own fields. When two individuals who are convinced they are fundamentally unmeetable draw close to each other energetically, neither one extends fully enough. Neither one truly reveals their authentic self enough to complete the connection. Each remains partially withdrawn, subtly guarding, perpetuating the very cycle of isolation. It's a cosmic dance of missed connections, not due to absence, but due to internal energetic blocks. This, then, is the core distortion. It is crucial to understand that it is not a character flaw. It is not an indication of spiritual failure or moral deficiency. It is simply a frequency pattern, an energetic habit, a programmed response that can be precisely identified, deeply understood, and consciously cleared. And the initial, most powerful step toward clearing this distortion is simply this: recognizing, with profound self-compassion, that the pervasive isolation you have felt is not, and never was, evidence that you are alone in the universe. Rather, it is potent evidence that your pure, radiant signal has been partially suppressed, veiled by these layers of conditioning. And the most empowering truth is that suppressed signals can always be restored. Your authentic broadcast is simply awaiting your conscious activation. Phase 2, the cosmic orchestration already in motion. There is a foundational principle in Arcturian cosmology that translates, in essence, to this profound truth. Nothing that truly belongs to your highest path, nothing that is intrinsically woven into the tapestry of your soul's destiny, can ever be permanently withheld from you. It can certainly be delayed by misalignments. It can take a longer, more circuitous route, requiring more profound inner work and patience. It can absolutely arrive only after you have undertaken sufficient preparation, shed necessary layers, and ascended to a higher vibrational frequency. But under no circumstances can it be canceled. The cosmic coordinates are immutably set. The divine blueprint is inviolable. It is an energetic contract written in starlight. What this profound truth signifies for the specific ally who is now, at this very moment, unequivocally moving toward you, is nothing short of revolutionary. Their arrival in your life is not merely a hopeful wish. It is not a speculative maybe dependent on external variables. It is already, unequivocally, written into the harmonic structure of your converging paths, a predestined alignment. The only true variable, the singular factor that determines the precise timing of this sacred encounter, is your energetic readiness to receive them, your capacity to hold the frequency necessary for their seamless integration into your reality. Consider this powerful analogy. Imagine a potent, multidimensional transmission being sent across the vast, expansive reaches of the cosmos, carrying vital codes of activation, blueprints for collaboration, and the very essence of your highest alliance. Now, imagine that the receiver on your end, your energetic field, is inadvertently set to a slightly misaligned frequency. The transmission itself still exists. It is still being sent, continuously, relentlessly, by the universe's infinite intelligence. But because of the misalignment, it cannot fully land. It cannot be properly decoded, integrated, or recognized. And so, both the sender, the cosmic intelligence, and the receiver, you, the starseed, experience a period of silence. Both may, understandably, interpret that silence as an absence, a lack, a void, when in truth the message was always vibrantly, powerfully in transit, awaiting your precise calibration. You, in this scenario, have been the receiver set to a slightly misaligned frequency. This was not a failure on your part. It was not negligence or a lack of spiritual effort. On the contrary, the intricate journey to your true resonant frequency has required exactly the kind of profound deepening, the relentless self-inquiry, and the courageous introspection you have been undergoing. Every single challenge that arose in your life, every experience that stripped away a false identity or a limiting belief, was a precise energetic calibration, fine-tuning your internal receiver. Every loss that broke open a previously closed or guarded place within your heart was a necessary recalibration, expanding your capacity for connection. Every moment of profound stillness, every meditative pause where you heard something deeper than your conditioned thoughts, was your energy field steadily moving closer and closer to the exact bandwidth where this crucial transmission can finally, beautifully, land and be fully decoded. The cosmic orchestration unfolding around you is not indifferent. It is not a cold, random mechanism. It is, in fact, extraordinarily precise, imbued with an intelligence and a love that far surpasses human comprehension. And it has been diligently moving the intricate pieces of this destined alliance into perfect position, like a master celestial conductor, for far longer than you could possibly conceive within the linear construct of your earthly perception. This alignment is a masterpiece in progress, and you are its central, essential note. Phase 3. What your energy has been building that you may not have noticed. Beyond the immediate conscious awareness, there is a magnificent, invisible architecture that your consciousness has been meticulously constructing over vast stretches of time. Every single act of courage you have undertaken, even the seemingly small private ones, even the profound internal shifts that no one else ever witnessed, added an indelible layer of luminous coherence and strength to your energetic field. Every time you consciously chose authenticity over the comforting illusion of external approval, your unique signal became exquisitely cleaner, more refined, more truly you. Every instance you sat bravely with discomfort, with vulnerability, with the raw edges of your humanity, rather than succumbing to the urge to numb or escape it. Your inner capacity, your energetic container, expanded exponentially. Every precious moment you held profound compassion for yourself, especially in situations where your ingrained patterns expected only self-judgment or harsh criticism. You infused your energetic transmission with a powerful frequency of grace, making you immeasurably more recognizable and magnetizing to the very souls who carry the same incandescent light and are resonating on the same wavelength. You may not have consciously perceived this gradual, yet monumental accumulation as particularly significant. It may have often felt like nothing more than ordinary spiritual practice, like the mundane, sometimes exhausting work of simply striving to become more honest with yourself and with your experience. It might have registered as nothing more than the slow, often arduous process of personal growth. But from the expansive, multidimensional perspective of the galactic field, each of those humble internal moments was a meticulously placed coordinate added to your soul's unique location signal. Each one made you undeniably easier to find, easier to home in on, across the vastness of time and space. The destined ally, this profound soul who is rapidly approaching your timeline, is not searching for someone who has everything flawlessly figured out, someone who presents a facade of perfected spiritual mastery. On the contrary, they are attuned to and actively seeking the specific, unmistakable frequency of a soul that has undergone the crucible of genuine transformation, the kind of alchemical process that forges true, undeniable depth and wisdom. That kind of depth, that authentic resonance, is not something that can be taught in a classroom. It cannot be performed on a stage. It can only be earned through genuine passage, through the courageous navigation of life's intricate labyrinth. And you, my friend, have been in precisely such a profound, genuine passage for far longer than your linear mind may yet realize. You have been, whether consciously aware of it or not, building something truly magnificent and potent in your energetic field, something that now radiates with enough clarity, enough truth, and enough undeniable light to be seen and recognized across whatever lingering distance still remains between your current physical and energetic positions. Your beacon is shining, undeniable and true. Phase 4. The recognition that will change everything when this person finally arrives in your awareness. And there will be a moment, a specific, palpable moment, when your deeper consciousness profoundly registers their presence. The initial, most potent recognition will not come primarily through the logical, analytical mind. Your mind, in its earnest attempt to categorize and understand, will certainly catch up later. It will endeavor to analyze, to label, to question, and perhaps even to doubt what is happening. But the first, unmistakable signal will emanate from somewhere far deeper, from the very core of your soul. There will be an undeniable resonance, a profound familiarity in their energy, in the timbre of their voice, in the way they articulate their perceptions, and particularly in the unique way they perceive and interact with reality itself. Something within their essence will strike a chord with a part of you that has been patiently, profoundly waiting to be seen, to be acknowledged, to be recognized. This isn't about the surface you, the adaptive persona you presented to navigate various earthly environments. This is about the original, untainted you, the pure essence that existed before the layers of adaptation began to form. It is the echo of your original frequency, the undeniable starseed essence within you, carrying ancient galactic codes that this particular Earth life was meticulously designed to activate and bring forth into full expression. It is vital to understand that this profound recognition is not always immediately comfortable or easy. Sometimes the most significant and soul-altering encounters in our lives, the ones destined to reshape our very trajectory, can feel simultaneously like an exquisite homecoming, a deep sigh of relief, and like standing precariously at the edge of an immense threshold. A threshold that, once crossed, can never truly be uncrossed. There is an undeniable awe in it, a sense of sacred wonder. But there is also, quite naturally, sometimes a profound undercurrent of fear. This fear arises because a deep, intuitive part of you inherently knows that truly accepting this connection, fully embracing this alliance, will unequivocally require you to step more fully, more courageously, more authentically into the highest, most expanded version of yourself, the very version that this person is uniquely capable of seeing, honoring, and mirroring back to you. And that expanded version, that authentic self, is precisely the one your divine mission in this lifetime absolutely requires. It is the self you were always meant to embody. The Arcturian teaching on alliance unequivocally recognizes that the highest, most potent partnerships, the profound connections that are designed to fundamentally alter the trajectory of a soul's journey, are never purely comfortable in the conventional sense. They are not designed for ease or placid tranquility alone. Rather, they are activating. They are catalytic. They are designed to bring dormant potentials to the surface, to illuminate hidden shadows, and to call forth your greatest light. They will, without fail, invite and often compel you into territories of growth, expansion, and expression that you would not have dared to enter alone. And that, precisely, is their sacred function. Your destined ally is not arriving to make your life merely easier in the superficial, conventional sense, to remove all challenges or smooth every path. They are arriving to make your life more real, more aligned with your soul's truth, more fully expressed in its multidimensional magnificence within this earthly dimension. This is the profound alchemical gift hidden deep inside the encounter that is already, irrevocably, in motion. Phase 5. Clearing the final resistance in your field. Even as this profound convergence accelerates with cosmic certainty, drawing your destined ally ever closer, it is entirely natural, and indeed almost universal among those who carry deep sensitivity and who have been deeply hurt or disappointed by misaligned connections in the past, for a subtle yet potent resistance to arise within your energy body. These protective patterns, meticulously developed over lifetimes to keep you safe from perceived future pain and to shield old wounds, do not automatically stand down simply because a higher frequency, divinely aligned alliance is approaching. They are ingrained, vigilant, energetic sentinels, and they must be consciously, compassionately, and skillfully addressed. The most common and insidious form this resistance takes is preemptive withdrawal. It is the subtle, often unconscious, energetic move of pulling back, of subtly closing off your heart or your field, even before the connection is fully established or even consciously recognized. It is an act of self-protecting, of building energetic walls before there is any tangible threat or anything against which to protect. It is the weary, wounded part of you that has experienced disappointment or betrayal before, deciding, in a misguided act of self-preservation, to disappoint the universe first, to create distance before it can be created for you. It's a defense mechanism born of past pain, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. Recognizing this deeply ingrained pattern within your own energy field is, in itself, a profound form of clearing. You are not required to force yourself into an unnatural state of openness. You do not need to override your inherent wisdom or your intuitive discernment. However, you absolutely do need to learn to distinguish, with crystalline clarity, between genuine intuitive caution, which is always characterized by a sense of calm, clear knowing, a gentle inner nudge, and fear-based preemptive withdrawal, which is invariably tinged with anxiety, accompanied by a rapid-fire cascade of what-if scenarios, and characterized by elaborate stories about all the ways this potential connection will inevitably go wrong, replicating past hurts. If you can cultivate the inner awareness to feel the subtle, yet distinct difference between these two profound responses within your body, within your energetic signature, you already possess the most crucial tool you need for this final clearing. Trust the calm clarity that arises from your deepest knowing. Gently, compassionately, yet firmly, examine the anxious story that your ego or your wounded self is frantically constructing. And in the sacred, illuminating space of that examination, you will invariably find that most of what has historically kept you from fully receiving and embracing this highest alliance is not, in fact, true wisdom or divine guidance. It is, more often than not, an old, unhealed wound expertly wearing the convincing costume of wisdom, masquerading as protective insight. Release it, not forcefully, not through spiritual bypassing or intellectual suppression, but through the gentle, yet profoundly courageous act of telling yourself the full, unvarnished truth about what you feel, what you fear, and what parts of you are still holding on, and then, having honored those parts, consciously choosing presence anyway. Choosing to show up, fully, in the face of that fear. This compassionate acknowledgement and release will dissolve the final veils, preparing your field to receive. Phase 6. aligning your actions with the arrival. The magnificent cosmic forces that are orchestrating this profound convergence are not separate from your own conscious choices, your daily actions, and your awakened will. On the contrary, they work intimately through your choices. They amplify and respond to the movements you make in your tangible reality. And there are specific, intentional movements you can consciously make in your daily life, in the way you present yourself, in the spaces you choose to inhabit, and in the quality of conversations you engage in that will powerfully accelerate the arrival and seamless integration of this destined alliance. Your active participation is not just desired, it is integral. Firstly, speak your truth more fully, more authentically, and with unwavering conviction, not recklessly or impulsively, but with the kind of deliberate, heartfelt honesty that sends an unmistakable signal to the energetic field, unequivocally declaring that you are no longer willing to hide, to diminish, or to compromise your essence. The person who is divinely aligned with your mission, the soul destined to connect with you, needs to be able to find the real you, the unvarnished you in the world. Give them something profoundly real, something undeniably authentic, to locate. Your truth is your most powerful beacon. Secondly, courageously follow what genuinely activates you, what sparks your soul's deepest joy and resonance, without constantly requiring external validation, approval, or permission before you commit to it. The paths your soul is intrinsically drawn to, the passions that ignite your spirit, are not random detours. They are, in fact, precisely energetic corridors, vibrational pathways designed to lead you to your highest expression. And the souls who share your unique frequency, your vibrational signature, are often walking those very same corridors, drawn by the same magnetic pull. Your destined ally is exponentially more likely to be found deeply immersed in the work that truly matters to you, in the spaces where your soul feels most alive, than in the mundane spaces you occupy merely to please others, to fulfill outdated expectations, or to play it safe. Your joy is your compass. Thirdly, cultivate an unwavering trust in the encounters that feel like a profound recognition, even when your logical mind cannot yet fully explain why or how. Your energy field, your intuitive knowing, processes information at a far more expansive and subtle level than your conscious mind has yet translated into words or concepts. When a conversation leaves you feeling undeniably more expanded, more alive, more deeply seen, rather than contracted, drained, or diminished, that is profound information. It is a signal. When someone's words or insights activate something dormant, something long held, within your understanding, that is vital information. When a presence, whether physical or energetic, makes you feel simultaneously more authentically yourself and more powerfully called forward into your highest potential, that is an undeniable signal that deserves your profound attention and your courageous follow-through. Lean into these energetic breadcrumbs. Phase 7. The arrival as destiny, not chance. Here is the final, and perhaps most profoundly important, understanding to firmly anchor within your consciousness, to allow it to permeate every cell of your being, before this sacred convergence fully manifests in your tangible, experiential reality. What is approaching you is not mere luck. It is not the random, arbitrary gift of a benevolent universe granting you a favor, as if by chance. On the contrary, it is the precise, intelligent, and deeply responsive orchestration of a living, conscious cosmos, directly answering the pure frequency you have diligently built, the profound inner work you have courageously undertaken, and the sacred mission you have been moving toward, often blindly, often in the dark, even when you could not articulate its clarity or its purpose. It is irrefutable evidence in the most embodied and intensely personal form possible that your soul's intricate navigation system, your internal compass, has been unerringly accurate all along, guiding you with divine precision. When this profound ally finally arrives, when you stand in the tangible, electrifying presence of the one who was always moving toward you across the tapestry of time and space, allow yourself the immense grace to feel the full, magnificent weight of what that truly means. Let it completely reorganize your fundamental understanding of how reality actually works, how interconnected and intelligently designed your journey truly is. Let it serve as the ultimate confirmation of what a deep, intuitive part of you has always suspected, always whispered in the quiet moments, that you are not, and never were, navigating this complex journey alone, that your path is not an improvised, chaotic scramble, and that the most significant, pivotal chapters of your life story possess an inherent coherence, a profound intelligence, and a divine purpose that the human mind, from within the limited vantage point of a single lifetime, CE, and only partially perceive and comprehend. You are not lost. You have never been lost. You have, in every moment of your being, been arriving. And every confusion, every delay, every unexpected detour, every moment of doubt, every painful lesson you moved through, all of it was an integral, essential part of the meticulously designed approach vector for this very moment, and for the magnificent soul who will share it with you, walking beside you on the path that unfolds. The unique, radiant signal you have been sending, often unknowingly, has been received across the cosmos. The precise coordinates of your destined alliance have been confirmed, and the approach, the convergence, is now fully active, fully underway. You do not need to rush to meet it. You do not need to frantically search or force. You only need to continue, with unwavering commitment and deep self-compassion, becoming more and more fully, authentically, and courageously who you actually are, without compromise and without apology. The rest, the magnificent unfolding of this divine alliance, is already, irrevocably, in motion. Tonight, before you drift into the sacred dream state, find a quiet moment to say this powerful invocation with the full, unwavering presence of your awareness, allowing each word to resonate through every cell of your being. I am ready to be found by the one who is already looking for me. I consciously clear every pattern of preemptive withdrawal, every fear-based protection from my energy field. I deeply trust the divine intelligence of this sacred convergence, and I receive, with an open heart, a coherent mind, and an entire receptive being, the alliance that was meticulously written into my mission before I ever arrived in this lifetime. Feel the profound, resonant truth of that declaration reverberate throughout your entire body. Let it settle deeply into your energy field, anchoring itself into your very DNA, and know, with an unshakable certainty, that somewhere, on a path that is irrevocably converging with yours, that someone, your destined ally, is feeling it too, a mirrored recognition rippling across the vastness. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of what's forming here. Drop one intention in the comments, something real, then respond to someone else's with encouragement or energy. This isn't content, it's collective alignment. Energy multiplies when intention connects. If something in this message resonated, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation. Share it. And if you felt a soul nudge, subscribe. Stay in the flow. You're not just watching, you're expanding. This is your space, and we're just getting started. And if your heart is calling for guidance on divine love and sacred union, I also bring transmissions on Arcturian heart wisdom, where we explore the twin flame journey, heart healing, and attracting your divine counterpart. You'll find the link in the description.